Good evening and welcome. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, it's nice to have everyone here tonight. I probably should say, if we look a little casual, this is Spirit Week, and today is Comfy Clothes Day. So in unison and support of our staff and our students, we were wearing sweats. Actually, one person actually wore pajamas. But, so afterwards, we'll stay afterwards. There'll be a fashion show afterwards, okay? But we have been in session before, so we're down to starting off with the most important part, the spotlight. So turn it over to Joe and Sam Schraven for the spotlight.
Thank you. All right, so we're very excited this evening to recognize 33 C.W. Baker High School students and Derby Junior High School students who earned CNY Scholastic Art Awards. Combined, the students earned 62 gold key, silver key, and honorable mentions in various categories, including photography, sculpture, digital art, mixed media, drawing and painting, and more. Each year, thousands of pieces of art are submitted for judging the CNY Scholastic Art Awards. Professional artists, educators, and photographers select award winners during the judging process. The winning pieces and portfolios were displayed last month at the Whitney Applied Technology Center at Onondaga Community College. And I will say that every year you'll see the photographs that are going to be playing as we're bringing up our recipients. It's just exciting to see the growth in the work. It's amazing every single year. Keeps getting better and better. And I can't thank our fine arts teachers for doing what they do with our students on a regular basis. So with that, because there are folks that are getting recognition in multiple categories, we're going to do things a little differently this time. I'm going to call you up, buy your certificate, and identify which awards you've received, because many of you are getting one-on-one. And if I butcher your name, I apologize in advance. I know what it's like. The first recipient we have who received a gold key is Riley Butler. We're going to have you all stand up here for a picture once we get everybody up here. Our next recipient received a gold key and an honorable mention, and that is Sophia Cavallari. Next, we have another gold key and silver key winner, Anna Dominski. Another honorable mention award winner and gold key goes to Zoe Howroyd. A gold key, silver key, and honorable mention, Alex Jarrett. An honorable mention, silver key and gold key goes to Jillian Kills. Again, honorable mention, silver key, and 3 gold keys. I'm reading this correctly. Spencer Peeling. A gold key, silver key, and honorable mention goes to Zach Pendergast. An honorable mention and a gold key goes to Molly Roche. A gold key goes to Jessica Witz. A silver key and honorable mention goes to Ellie Adams. I'm going to apologize in advance. Silver key goes to Natalie Barkowitz. A silver key and honorable mention goes to Gia Belso. A silver key goes to Anna Dominski. A silver key goes to Sydney Davis. A silver key and 2 honorable mentions goes to Kara Delardi. A silver key goes to Bryn Glicker. A silver key and honorable mention goes to Natalie Herman. Two silver keys and 2 honorable mentions goes to Jillian Cravel. A silver key goes to Angeli Overby. A silver key goes to Juliette Powlett. Two silver keys and 2 honorable mentions to Justin Spath. A silver key goes to Gabriella Valentine. Three honorable mentions to Lily Bike. An honorable mention goes to Samantha Fishara. An honorable mention goes to Georgiana Jermakowski. An honorable mention goes to Grace Lee. An honorable mention goes to Piper Myers. An honorable mention goes to Holly Monroe. An honorable mention goes to Quinn Ross. Two honorable mentions go to Madison Scaratino. An honorable mention goes to Nolan Tresco. And lastly, an honorable mention goes to Lauren Ventura. so we will get a photo here with our public information specialist, and parents feel free to take photos as well. Teachers, if you'd like to come up as well.
Yeah, any parents that
All of
want
our
to take photos,
teachers
come on up front.
come up and get in the picture. And I will say, I know we have a lot of students that weren't able to be here this evening because they're practicing final dress rehearsals for the musical. So this will be our plug to, if you haven't purchased, gotten tickets, feel free to get on the wait list or any available seats, and we encourage you to see that performance.
All right, guys, I'm gonna have you come a little bit closer here, and we'll just do rows. So if you're shorter, come up front. If you're taller, come all the way up to this table. Yep, we'll just do it with you. And then, yeah, so step one more forward. And then, if you're a little bit shorter, come up front. Up and together. Okay, come forward. Just stand in the gaps. Stand in the gaps. Yep, we're good, we're good. All righty. Everyone have their certificates. All right, like right here. And then I get out of the way from the parents.
Big smile.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Again, congratulations to all of you. I wish I was that talented. It's amazing to see all of your work. So thank you for representing Baldwinsville very well. And to end our spotlight this evening, we are going to recognize 4 staff members for their outstanding contributions to C.W. Baker High School, more specifically our technology department. So tonight we're excited to recognize Jamie Kyler, Jeff Forte, Matt Hudson, and Mike Malecki. So if those guys can come on up. All four, I know Matt's not able to be here this evening, all 4 of them go above and beyond for their students in our Baldwinsville community. We're so very impressed and proud of the work that they do with our students. Their projects often help others of our community while teaching lessons that go far beyond the technology curriculums. These 4 talented teachers also work extremely well as a team, which is definitely a plus for any collaboration. They were nominated for this spotlight by Baker High School Principal Chris Denton. I'm going to read you an excerpt of his nomination. Mr. Kyler, Mr. Forte, Mr. Hudson, and Mr. Malecki embody what the word team is all about. They work collaboratively as a department and not only work together to support the students that take courses in their department, but they go above and beyond by facilitating student growth by supporting other departments within the building and our district. Tech was responsible for making repairs to a student's wheelchair earlier in the year. They facilitated students designing and building pens as a show of appreciation for members of our school board. They worked with students in classes to build toy wooden Jeeps, which were donated to the Baldwinsville Community Christmas Bureau for their holiday gift giving. And they are also always willing to lend a hand to support their students and fellow staff in a number of ways. As a department, they share genuine concern for the safety and well-being of the students and staff, and are willing to always offer ideas and are great examples of going above and beyond in the name of team. Thank you, Mr. Kyler, Mr. Forte, Mr. Hudson, and Mr. Malecki for your dedication and commitment to our students. Your team definitely exemplifies the district's goals, which are to build, educate, and empower our students. Thank you and congratulations.
Well, thank you to our student, staff, and the parents. It's very important to recognize the achievements, and we certainly have a lot of them. I don't ever remember that many artistic awards that we got, so thank you. Moving on, correspondence, board activities, and committee reports. I don't know the committee reports immediately before, so is there any other events anybody's attended that you want to talk about? It's been kind of a quiet time. Next, we have the student board report, and Maya, you have the floor.
Thank you. Again, a bit of a short summary this weekend. Matilda is this weekend. I haven't had the chance to reserve any tickets yet, but I definitely will try. Wellness Days is Friday. Student at the high school will be deciding their activities tomorrow. Today is the last day to sign up for spring varsity and JV sports. I'm so excited to see how girls flag football goes. It is new, and as a rugby player, I think that is awesome. I can't go rugby. Seniors have started to vote for who's most likely to. Along with that, senior ball is on June 1st and graduation is June 2nd. It will be at the Expo Center. The free meals are nice, although it was a bit crazy having the same meal the entire week about a week or so ago, but it's still new. And this weekend will be a no homework weekend, which is definitely going to be relaxing for the students. I know at least believe it's at the high school, not sure all schools, but
Well, thank you. And I know we had a boys swim team go to state. There was the boys swim team, and then there was track and field. Several kids from track and field went to Staten Island to compete, didn't they?
There's a lot of student athletes competing in state championships, and we are planning on recognizing those student athletes at our April 1st Board of Education meeting.
Great.
Any sectional or state placement.
Can I ask a question? What's a no homework weekend? I've never heard of that before.
It was introduced, I believe, a year ago, maybe two, just to give, no homework is assigned to the students. It's basically just to give kind of like a relaxing weekend, for mental health and whatnot. But it's just nothing assigned unless you've got homework already too.
Yeah.
It's new, and honestly, it is pretty relieving when there's a lot going on, especially the closer it gets to the end of the year. There's regents and AP tests, and everyone's scrambling to get everything in, but I definitely enjoy it.
Cool. Thanks.
Joe, are we going to get a no homework weekend?
The weekly letter, I can try to make that very short this week.
Okay, well, thank you, Maya. Next, we have our public participation, so public comments are welcome. We do ask, in the interest of time, limit it to 3 minutes, and typically we like to have just one topic covered and not repeat topics necessarily. Please show the same concern for anybody that we monitor for our students. So do we have, I think we do have some public comments, right, Kim?
We do. We have 3. One of them did come to me late. I just wanted to point that out to you. So do you want me to go ahead and call it 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the first one is Steve Young in regards to arts update.
Good evening. It's gonna be a short one, I promise. Actually, it's not really an update on the arts. I actually just wanted, you're not supposed to say names, I just wanted to thank you for calling me. We had quite a long conversation, so I think it was very productive. I think we got a better understanding of where we each stood. And I just wanted to extend a thanks to you for agreeing to set up a meeting after the play was over with everybody involved. I think that'll go a long way. That's all I got. I gotta go back to the theater now and bring some magique to
Some of us will see you this weekend, and nice shirt, by the way.
Hey, yeah, you like that?
Thanks, Steve.
I might stay over somewhere.
Our next speaker is Nora DuBois in regards to extracurriculars and admission for school events.
I hope you guys all got out to enjoy the beautiful weather today. I know my dog was happy to get her walk in before too long. I have some questions for everybody tonight. I asked you these maybe as food for thought for you, for how you might explore this topic further. Again, I'm here to talk about the idea that Baldwinsville wants to not charge admission for events. I'm not even sure what the decision was that got made. I know how it impacted the theater arts program. I saw how it impacted fall sports. I haven't been to a sporting event since, so I'm not sure if we are still not charging admission for sporting events. So here are my questions. Why was the decision made not to charge admission? What is the guiding principle behind the decision to not charge admission? What are the downsides of such a decision? And have we fully considered that? I think it was the economist Thomas Sowell who said that there are no solutions, only trade-offs. So I hope that the board and decision makers consider that there are always trade-offs and have those fully been considered. What's the limit of the principle that's guiding this decision? Does this mean students won't have to pay to participate in any activities? If that's the case, does that mean we limit what activities are allowed to even be offered? Does that mean, I know there are some travel abroad programs that the school is somehow involved in. I don't know the ins and outs of them, but would those no longer be available if the school couldn't fully fund each student who wanted to participate? How about equipment? I know the district went and bought instruments or is in an arrangement for instruments for students so that no one is limited by not having one. What if a student wants to use a better instrument? Is that student allowed to? How about lacrosse sticks? Is that something the district is responsible for? The students are responsible for? Sneakers. I would like the board to truly consider what does it mean when we say we're not going to charge. Thank you so much.
Our next speaker is Casey Vanderstow and Marissa Gilliland. And I apologize if I mispronounced the name.
Does this work?
Yes?
All right, so today is March 4th, and I'm not sure if everybody here is aware, but March 4th is actually a national holiday for the marching arts. It's actually National Marching Arts Day. March 4th meaning March 4th. So we thought the timing here was good. We wanted to give a gift to the school district, specifically to hang in the district office and to Dr. DeBarbara. So if he would come here, come on down. We thought the timing was really nice, and Marissa.
We just wanted to thank you all for all of your support, and that's why we're presenting this photo of me.
And one more thing before we do it. This is kind of a really cool thing, but we found out a couple months ago that this is the 50th anniversary of the Baldwinsville Marching Band. Moreover, the date of our home show this fall is actually the exact same day that the very first marching band performance from Baldwinsville happened in 1974. So we're going to have a lot of things to celebrate this year, a lot of alumni activity, hopefully a lot of exciting announcements, and we thought this would be a good kickoff for that. So let's just hang that up in some office somewhere. Perfect. So this is from our season last year, which was about the bees, and it's signed up.
Give it up as soon as we can. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Come on, everybody, the board, you know, get the picture. Come on up.
All in your jammies.
Okay, all right.
That's perfect. Everyone look right at me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Mike. Thank you.
Thank you. I won't be. Thank you.
Does this mean we're gonna uncork on the props?
Yes.
Yeah. Don't let me forget it. I'm just gonna leave it here.
Thank you very much, and certainly Casey Vanderstoel and the marching band has done a lot to put Baldwinsville on the map, so we appreciate that. But thank you again. Appreciate it. What's nice, we still have a little bit of an audience. How are you, Bill? Hi, Pat. You guys can move up anytime you want to. Okay, moving on, the consent agenda. Resolved that the Board of Education approve the consent agenda pursuant to the attached. So moved. Don, Sam. Okay, there's quite a bit here, but I know it's been on the, we've had board docs to read it. Are there any questions or discussions on anything here? If not, we'll proceed to vote. Those in favor? Aye. Those opposed? Motion's carried. And now, new business A. This is the first reading of the policies in the 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, and 4,000 series. So obviously, we will wait and vote on those next time. But I guess, is there any discussion here? Is that, am I correct in that? We will vote on next time?
Yeah, we will. The only thing I will point out, there are two policies that are listed here that are under review. But the policy committee had asked that we go back and get additional legal advice for potential updates for their consideration. So those will also be on the policy committee agenda at our next meeting in May. So you might see them reappear, but again, they did review them, but we would anticipate some potential changes for two of those policies, which will identify how just one of them was school board legislative program, and the other one was public expression at meetings. And section 504, rights of handicapped persons. So those three, again, they're on the review tonight, but they'll be on for policy discussion at the next meeting.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Okay, moving on, item B, resolve the Board of Education approve the seeker resolution for the 2024-2025 capital outlay improvement project pursuant to the attached. Is that Christie?
Yes.
Christie? Second. Jeremy? This is just meeting the legal requirement to do so, I believe, right? There's nothing really besides the
No,
requirement.
this is what we, and this is the Palmer, every year we pick a different school to do a $100,000 project, and this is the work. Palmer is next out of the elementary schools for a little work.
Okay, which we're allowed to under a lot of the, so, okay. Any discussion? Proceed to vote. Those in favor? Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries. And now, the next one, item C, is the legal notice for the election and budget Resolved, the Board of Education approve the legal notice to conduct an annual meeting of the qualified voters of the Baldwinsville Central School District on May 21st, 2024, for the purpose of the Baldwinsville Central School District 2024-2025 annual school budget vote and Board of Education election pursuant to the attached. Christie? Don? Any discussion on this? Another legal requirement? This is a roll call vote, I believe. Is that correct, Kim? Okay. You wanna go?
Sure.
We're ready.
Thomas Bowe. Jeremy Kelly.
Yes.
Wayne Davidson.
Yes.
Luke Gazarovski.
Yes.
Victor Jenkins.
Yes.
Donald Miller.
Yes.
Christina Pavato.
Yes.
Sherry Scriven. Yes. Thank you.
Okay, motion does pass. Moving on to item B. Resolve the Board of Education approve the property tax report card pursuant to the attached. Motion approved. Luke?
Second.
Wayne? So you wanna put that up real quick? It was pretty busy. It's a little hard to read in our Word docs. But can you give us 3 sentences? I know this again is, we're getting through all the legal requirements of the tax of the board right now. But can you give us a 1 paragraph explanation on what we're seeing?
Sure. So this is kind of a summary that we are required to present for Victor's statement. So it goes through the tax levy, it talks about your fund balance, what you're projecting it to be at the end of the year, talks about how you calculate your tax cap, and then down at the bottom, the schedule of reserve funds, that was added not very long ago. These are all estimates, we are not held to these, but what we will be doing in regards to reserves is at the June meeting, we will be bringing a recommendation forward to the audit committee and then to the board for an up to amount to be able to fund reserves. So any of that additional fund balance over 4% that we have created due to some of the grant funding that we've had, and some of the additional monies that we brought in last year from state, or this year for state aid, when we're purchasing those one-time expenses, the philosophy of the board with the guiding principles that we call fund balance management plan here that gets approved by the board allows us to fund those reserves up to an amount that the audit committee and the board agrees to annually.
Okay. Thank you, Kim. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other discussion or questions? We'll proceed to vote then. Those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Item E is the approval of the shared decision-making plan. Resolved, the Board of Education approve the Baldwinsville Central School District shared decision-making plan biennial review pursuant to the attached. Wayne? Sam? This again is perfunctory, so I don't know that there'll be any discussion.
We've got a committee that's done this work. There was significant changes to this plan 2 years ago at this point, because it hadn't been updated in many years. So now that we're in the cycle of doing this on a what's required basis, I think we'll be in a good place. So the only changes that were made, very minor, language was changed with regard to restorative practices. That was placed in there as opposed to other discipline, and then personnel changes and committee member changes with names.
Okay, well, any other questions on that? Proceed to vote. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Item F, this is our budget agreement with BOCES. Resolve the Board of Education approve the resolution for the 36-month service agreement with Onondaga Cortland Madison Board of Cooperative Education Services for the wide area network pursuant to the attached. Christie? Sam? Again, just a renewal of the contract, and I think.
I did put some notes in there.
Yes.
The biggest piece that I want to point out to the board and the public is that for not a lot, approximately $400, increase from the current year, we're able to go from a 2 gigabyte WAN to a 10 gigabyte, which is definitely needed and will be supported with all the use of technology in this district.
So here's another, getting services through the BOCES is really good. They get a great price, and we do get additional aid on that. So when we can do that, it certainly is a good financial and from the service level generally a very good move. Any other discussion on this? Those in favor? Aye. Those opposed? Okay, motion carries. Thank you. Then item G, resolve the Board of Education approve the award of kitchen equipment bid number 398 pursuant to the attached. Don? Luke? And Kim, I don't know if there's anything else to say on this. This is the lowest bidder, and we've dealt with this one before, so we feel pretty confident that you're in good shape here, right?
Yes, and because we're doing, Tiffany put into place the BidNet online options, so that is actually getting us a broader net in regards to vendors that are interested. We've had some success and some not.
Yeah, we know we
had
had one
something.
questionable bid, but yes.
But it is another option that it puts it right out there, and it, I think you'll see when she brings the athletic bid and still bids forward, it just streamlines the process considerably.
Great.
Mr. Mayor, I just have a quick question. Kim, I'm noticing the disparity between two bids that are very, very close and the third one. Do they understand what they bidding?
To your point, all of the information is online, and it's, if anybody wants to go to our website, it's right under the purchasing, and it describes exactly what, the information is the same for everybody. Honestly, I think it actually levels the playing field more because it's all the same exact information no matter what. And Tiffany is very tight in regards to making sure that if we do have to make any adjustments, it goes to everybody. If we're communicating with one vendor, we're communicating with all of them. So I don't know if, sometimes it's distance. I'm not sure where that supplier is out of. Sometimes it's getting it here, getting it in place. There's all different reasons why the variation could occur.
Thank you.
Okay. I think no further discussion or questions. I'll proceed to vote. Those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. And that is the end of our business session. We have our board roundtable now, and we've agendaed one item. I think you may remember that we talked about doing a board self-evaluation next Monday, the 11th, but we want to put that off because there's other things going on and try to come up with some different times. And Joe, you had a thought that we talk about this in agenda.
So I do have a thought, and I actually placed more detail in the executive content, so if you were to log in. So one of the things the board has to do is to complete my evaluation, and that would typically happen during the month of March based on the agreement. So what we know right now is that we have a date of May 13th as a date that's being held for the superintendent evaluation. Based on the timeline though, of where I'm at with the data collection and all of that and getting information in the super eval system, Victor and I were chatting. I think we can move that up a little bit and tie that to the executive sessions of the previous meeting so that we're not adding another date. And that would allow the board the opportunity with cabinet to do the self-reflection at the beginning of May and then meet on May 13th to plan and review that data since we already had that date held. Also that evening is meet the candidate night and the public budget hearing. So we could do that in a retreat setting before both of those events starting at 5. So there's not additional dates and time commitments that the board would have to give up given busy schedules, and this time of year gets quite busy with events.
Okay, so number one, no board meeting on March 11th, nothing. I know there's a couple other things going on that people want to attend to, so that's good. Number two, for Joe's evaluation, the plan would be, you would have all the data, and we do use this super eval. We may need a little training because this is new to a couple of people. But this super eval tool gives a full metric that we can use for Joe, and there's a metric to use for the board self-evaluation as well. But let's talk about Joe's first. So the plan would be you put all your data in by the end of March. We look at that on April 1st at our meeting. We write our notes and everybody gets to comment. That's then aggregated. And we would deal with that at our April
15th.
April 15th meeting, okay?
Work session, yeah, after that.
Work session, yes, thank you. So on April 15th, we would have data together for Joe, and we would review that with you on May
6th.
May
Which would be
6th.
the regular business meeting and executive session. So we'd satisfy the timelines that are.
So that would meet the contract requirements, okay? So that's Joe's piece. Then the second piece is our self-evaluation, and we felt like, I think, talking to a few people, that we might as well wait a little while, because things I think are going wonderful in my mind, but let's give it some time and learn a little bit, so that we would look at doing our self-evaluation, is what you're talking about, on May.
You submit the data, and then everyone will review it on May 13th.
Yeah, so the data, we'd start submitting the data on May 6th, and then we'd aggregate it and talk about it on May 13th.
And then what's important with that timeline is then, based on the data from the self-reflection of the board, it then gives us the opportunity to work through that and establish board and district goals, which is on the docket for having that work being done on the June 17th work session. So we meet every timeline that we have, and then that will lead into July 1.
We can really start getting a jump on the goals for next year then. Does that
Yeah,
sound
just
okay?
with that, I just want to make sure I understand. So to be clear, there's no homework-free weekend coming up.
There is no, no, there's a homework-free weekend. I promise you.
If you read the Friday letter on Friday, you have a homework-free weekend. If you don't, you don't. Yeah.
Thank you.
Is that right, Maya? Thank you. Okay. But that would give us time, and it would also give us a little time to get used to super eval. Those of us who have used it, I think, appreciate the metric in there. It's very good, leads you on with some, sometimes you get a chance, not only do you get a chance, you must comment on every area. I found that out after I tried to skip one. But it's a very good online tool. So.
Jeremy and Thomas have the ability to read our.
Are they on that now?
Yeah, I will make sure I'll make a note with Christine, but we do have the ability, we'll work with you on getting you the
So
login.
we may set aside a little time for anybody that wants to review that at our
Work session.
next work session.
Yeah. And then what I've done is I've placed, given the conversation tonight, I'll make sure all of the board meeting dates and commitments that you have related to regular and business meetings, work sessions, and or retreat are identified for now through the end of the school year. So you have them in one location.
That'd be great. Okay.
Question, and I included in the, I'm not sure, I just
No,
wasn't sure if I was, if I
You know,
had filled out.
if you want to just write down some comments, but we're not going to force you to go through that because you
Yeah,
don't have to
that's
sit
okay. I
through
just wanted to ask.
executive session and stuff. But if you have general thoughts, we welcome your input. But you don't
Yeah, I
be forced to
know.
sit through some of the details, so it may not be fair to ask you to do that.
That's all right, thank you.
Okay. Besides, you have a senior ball and stuff prepared.
And rugby.
And rugby, that's right. Rugby season will be on full throttle by then, I'm sure, right?
You guys may see me with my fair share of injuries.
Like on next Monday, we're canceling because we won't meet it.
Right. Yeah. That wasn't officially on the calendar, but it had been talked about. Okay, well, that's the only agenda item we have on the roundtable, so I do believe I'm not sure this is good before 8 o'clock, but it appears we've completed our business. If we start at 5, I guess that's, about 3 hours is probably enough, so anyway. Resolve the Board of Education, we resolve the March 4th, 2024 regular Board of Education meeting be adjourned. Who was that? Was that Don? Tom, second, right? Did I hear a second?
Sure.
Second. Those in favor? Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. Thank you, Matt, man.
Thanks, Matt.
Thanks, man.